Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Interviews with Advisors. I'm Michael Strickland, and today I have the opportunity of sitting down with a financial advisor who just recently ran a seminar with us and had some of the most phenomenal results we've seen from just such a short amount of time. We're sitting here with Alex Robinson from Manulife over in Oakville, Ontario. Thank you so much for joining us, Alex. It's incredibly, I'm very excited to sit down and chat with you about this.
Hey, well, pleasure to have me. Pleasure to be here, Mike. Really grateful, and it's been a blast working with you guys, and I'm very happy to share my results.
Well, thank you. So Alex, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your practice?
Yeah, absolutely. So, giving you guys the Coles notes of who I am. So I've been in the financial industry for about 11 years, going on 12 now. I'm currently with Manulife Securities. We have an office, very beautiful office here in Oakville. And, I've worked in the financial industry for a while. So I've been with National Bank. And then before that, I was with, BMO as part of their discount brokerage. And then before that, I was with RBC. So, I've been around the financial industry a bit. And I like where I am right now, especially because it allows me to really be holistic in my approach to helping people. And, I love the fact that no matter what walk of life somebody's in, I can, basically use my knowledge and the resources that I have available to, help them, whether it's just giving solid, advice or information, or, offering them what is most appropriate for them.
Awesome. So, like I was saying earlier, you just finished running your seminar. I think it was like last week now. So I just wanted to touch base. Can you give us a little bit of information on your seminar, kind of like the statistics that you got from it?
Yeah, absolutely. So the topic that I covered, last week, Thursday, was taxes in retirement. And the goal of that seminar was, of course, to give all the people who attended not just the fundamentals on what they would need to know if they were looking to retire seriously or if they are in retirement, but I also wanted to take it a step further than what they're accustomed to hearing about when it comes to retirement, and really dig into strategies, some of the mistakes that people make, and what you should want to avoid, and the importance of knowing what I'd break it into three categories, basically: what the government has available for you, what you can do for yourself, and what your employer can do for you, and just how to put those three areas together based on your personal situation, and come out with the best possible outcome. And in terms of the outcome of that seminar, it was fantastic. So I had about 65 people register to attend the event, and I had 34 people actually attend the day of. And I'm especially happy because I was told, beforehand that, I was doing a good job when we were doing some of the rehearsals. And, I was thinking, they're just patting on me on the back, trying to give me a morale boost or what have you, right? But in my mind, I was thinking, okay, I want to stick to an hour. This is what I want to do, get this done. But we ended up having such great engagement that it went an hour and 45 minutes. And I kid you not, if I didn't shut it down myself, I think they'd still be here asking me questions. So again, it was very, very good. Everybody loved it, and I've got some great feedback while reaching out to people as well.
That's awesome. So now, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, typically whenever advisors try to bring on new clients, whenever they're trying to onboard new people, that process can take anywhere between 6 to 12 months, sometimes possibly even longer. So what was it like being able to have a process that now gives you the opportunity to have all of these folks that are genuinely interested sit down in front of you, and that you can follow up with within 24 hours?
Well, I'll just say something that I remember making a joke with one of my colleagues, and I said, prospecting isn't supposed to be this fun. I'm confused. Right? In the sense that, no, it's amazing, right? I mean, like many advisors, I've done cold calling, I've done, the social media, reaching out to people. I've tried running Facebook ads, for people to book appointments. This has been, the best outcome that I've had. And the reason why is because a lot of the information that I was covering in the seminar is stuff that I would, readily share with people and would normally get into when, addressing their planning and all that kind of stuff. But the big hurdle to overcome with people is, how do you even get to that point in the first place, right? So what this seminar did, and I realized firsthand, was it allowed people with no pressure, no obligation, to just sit here. And more important than the information, they got to know who I am. They got to see my mannerisms. They got to, get a glimpse of my personality, in addition to getting to see how I think and how I connect dots. And the end result is, I had maybe, I think, 5 people the day of actually book with me.
Wow.
Right. Which was, again, phenomenal. And I did it and again, the impression that you get is just so different, because they've already seen you. They basically spent an hour of your time without it being considered an actual formal appointment. So if they're saying yes or no to you after the fact, then generally speaking, they actually have made up their mind, right? Because they've actually had the chance to see you, instead of you just calling them for the first time, because, maybe you bought some leads, or maybe they're just over LinkedIn, they're just kind of window shopping. And they said, like, hey, I'll hear what he has to say, but you're really only getting a 10-minute maybe window to talk to them before they even decide to get to move to the part of the relationship, which the seminar really kind of facilitates. So I thought that was amazing.
Awesome. And so what would you say your experience was like working with GQ?
My experience from the very beginning to the end has been amazing. I didn't know what to expect initially when Dave, first reached out to me, and I was just thinking to myself, right? I mean, everybody's kind of getting, inundated with like, hey, we can, get clients for you this way, we can find leads for you that way. But then when I actually got to sit down with you, and hear about this is what the actual process is. I said, you know what, that makes perfect sense, right? You guys handled everything, right? You handled the preparation, you handled the logistics, you had coaching available just to make sure. And I mean, I've thought myself to be a very competent speaker. So, but still, it's just nice to know that there were just so many things that went into this behind the scenes that you guys facilitated, that it really helped bring my confidence up. And I'm, I would 100% recommend this for people that have never even done any kind of speaking event before, especially as well. But even if you are very versed in that, there's so much value that you guys offer, outside of the seminar itself, that, it's definitely worth it. And for that, I would say, adding the fact that we had such an amazing turnout as well. I'd say that it was a great experience. You and Sean have been fantastic the whole way through, very informative. And one of the things that means a lot to me as well is the proactivity and bringing things up, saying, hey, you know what, most advisors do this, so you should do this too, or these are some of the things that you are currently doing that maybe not a lot of other advisors do, but that's great, you should keep doing this. That kind of feedback is amazing, and I think the results of the actual seminar itself really speak to that. So yes, I'd say that I had a very favorable experience working with GQ.
That's so fantastic. So one of the last questions I want to ask you is, for any of the financial advisors who are currently watching right now that might be sitting on the fence, not too sure whether or not they want to go virtual, maybe because they're waiting for physical seminars to come back, or maybe they're just not sure if this is right up their alley, is there a piece of advice that you would maybe want to leave with them to help them with their decision?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would say that I too was on the fence, right? Maybe not because, I was believing in physical, right? Seminars over webinars, but more just, I didn't really see how doing a webinar would yield any different results than, doing anything else that I was already doing, for generating meetings. But this method definitely does work. I've seen the difference. It's night and day. The level of how should I say, how, if you were to look at the spectrum of a relationship, most people are going to do business with you once they comfortably feel like they know you, like you, and trust you, right? Yes. So doing exactly. So doing a seminar and being in that authoritative position and being able to be relaxed and nonchalant and give them that high level information, give them a demo of how your mind works and how they can put your mind to work for them instead of it being something more transactional, right? I can't think of any other way to really replace that. So obviously I know that there's a lot of different factors at play, so I can't say that somebody else should expect, my exact level of results, but there's many factors that can be, pretty consistently replicated. And I would definitely say it's well worth doing. At the very least, do it once, because there's so much learning that you'll have. And whether you decide to continue to do it, you can continue to use, GQ. Maybe you want to do something on your own, but at least you'll have that structure and that framework, and you'll know what goes into it, a good one for that matter.
Yeah.
Right. And, I've already been, talking about this with other advisors, even other friends of mine that are in different firms, and saying, this is something that you should seriously consider doing. So yeah, I would definitely say that it's worth doing at the very least, once. And I myself, I'm very interested in doing something again. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much again for your time. I know how incredibly valuable it is, and I appreciate you taking that time to be able to sit down and not only help us, but of course help future financial advisors who are also interested in these services. So thanks again. I'm going to let you get back to your wonderful day. And for everybody else, thank you all so much for jumping on and watching this. Until next time, I'm going to sit down with another advisor. Have a great day. Thanks again, Alex.
You're very welcome. Take care, Mike.